Angry guy here, and women are shocked men don't want to marry, date, or succeed anymore as passport bros leave. So women are shocked men don't want to marry, date, or succeed anymore as passport bros leave. We're looking at an article from CNBC. And guys, look at this. This was published on July 10th, 2023. So this article just came out. It's titled Tipping is Not a Sustainable System, says 25-year-old pizza delivery driver. My income relies on the goodwill of others. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this because more and more women are seeing that men, especially within the Gen Z generation, Gen Zero, are not going to be sustainable providers. This guy is 25 years old. Let's go ahead and read a little bit about him because he's a perfect example of members of this generation. On a typical Monday, delivering pizzas in Lincroft, New York, New Jersey, Brendan Madden could make $13 in tips or he could make 200. This is crazy. The nature of tipping is extremely unreliable. The Luigi's famous pizza and catering delivery driver tells CNBC make it driving around Lincroft and neighboring New Jersey towns. 25-year-old Madden never knows how much he will make in a given shift. His baseline salary is $5.26 an hour, and he makes an additional $1.50 each delivery he completes, according to documents verified by CNBC. Make it. The rest of his earnings are determined by tips. For context, minimum wage in New Jersey is $14.13 per hour as of January 2023. Madden works 30 to 40 hours a week, divided into several 10-hour shifts Monday through Thursday. Yet, no week of pay is the same, Madden says. It all depends on the generosity of those answering his knocks at the door. Tipping doesn't work as a system for paying people, he says. I don't think it's a sustainable system because not everyone tips fairly. Guys, do you hear this? Not everyone tips fairly. In other words, you deliver a pizza that costs $20 and you should be getting a $20 tip. Like, are you really serious, bro? As much as he tries to not think about the money, Madden often talks about the tipping debate with his coworkers at Luigi's, since it's one that crucially affects their daily lives and their income. Living at home with his parents on leave from college, he dropped out. All right, on leave from college, he dropped out. Madden realizes he is fortunate not to be living paycheck to paycheck just to cover rent, but he knows this is not the case for everyone. How do other people survive like this? Tipping is not goodwill, it's crucial. The majority of man's income, like that of other service industry workers, is reliant on the generosity of others. Earning a below minimum wage, he relies on tips to close the gap. There is a certain element of charity in the pay structure. It relies on the goodwill of others, he says. Few customers realize how important tips are to delivery drivers, Madden says. I have to laugh, y'all. It is almost as if you didn't tip the server at a restaurant. Oh gosh. Bro, all you did was hand me my food. He is not sure how to underscore the critical importance of tips to the general public, though. Change is hard, he says. It's difficult to make people consider that this is not as an act of goodwill, but a way of paying people for the job they've done. Guys, I want to share something with you. I want to share some information with you. So, I actually went and I compiled some information because I wanted you guys to understand this and why I'm so fierce about this whole thing. All right, and you have a lot of millennial women who are basically, not I said millennial, but even Gen Z women who are falling into this, where they're realizing that the guys in their generation are not going to be sustainable providers. All right, because a lot of these people are basically they don't want to work for anything anymore. So according, I basically did some research and I said, how many hours does the average Uber Eats driver work per day, right? Well, According to some sources, the average Uber Eats driver makes around $15 to $20 per hour. They can make as low as $10 per hour, all right? But the average is $15 to $20 per hour. Based on the average income of $15.84 per hour, an Uber delivery driver can earn around $126.72 in 8 hours. For the highest paying cities, Uber Eats, like San Francisco, the average pay per hour is around $26.27, or approximately $210.16 per day. 8 hour workday. By the way, guys, just so you know, $26 an hour, that works out to over $50,000 a year. Okay? That works out to over $50,000 a year for people who don't have a college degree, don't have a high school diploma, lives at home with their parents, doesn't have a trade, hasn't invested in even learning a skill on their own. Okay? This is why I'm so furious. Now, in terms of how much they make, how much they make on average per day or per week, well, there's not a lot of information on how much Uber drivers make per day or per week, as it depends on their personal schedule. I gave you some information earlier. However, some sources suggest that to make $1,000 a week, the average driver probably needs to work for about 60 hours. This assumes the driver earns approximately $16 per hour. But I mean, guys, it goes deeper than that, right? So, for example, take this into consideration. Some sources suggest that the average hourly rate for Grubhub drivers varies, but it may be around $15 per hour. Based on this, that makes that to make $200 a day. With Grubhub, on average, an hourly rate, you would need to work around 13 hours a day per day, which is 66 hours per week. But I mean, guys, take into consideration these are people with no education credentials, and I mean, how do you do this? How do you demand a massive amount of money? Most of the people, you know what Uber, what these jobs are for? Most of the people who do these jobs only work around 10 hours or less per week. And usually these jobs are basically just a side hustle of supplementing your income. So, for example, did you want to pick up a PlayStation 5? All right, might do some Uber Eats. Is there something, or did you want to have some extra money to pay your bills, like, make a pay your car insurance, or even pay your car bill? Do a little Uber Eats. All right, and you can come, work a couple extra hours, drive around. It's not so bad. Make a little extra money. All right, make a little extra money, and now you can pay your car bill. It's a side hustle, from your main job. But these people who don't have any education, no education, no real work experience, nothing whatsoever, no college degree, no trade, no experience, no skills. They have less skills than your average McDonald's employee, which is sad. Which is absolutely sad. These people have less work experience. They are less capable than your average McDonald's employee, and they want to make big money. They want to make a livable wage, okay? And they do. This is a livable wage, but they want to make 60, 70, $80,000 a year delivering food. The guy that we were talking about, and you can just like look at him. You can look at him and you just realize like like there's something wrong with Gen Z. Like just like look at this picture. There's something wrong with Gen Z. You can just see it. There's something wrong with Gen Z. Like you can't even like you don't even want to be bothered. Like yeah, you know what? I'm not even gonna jump on him. You know, I get it. There's something wrong with them. Like he lives at home, guys. This guy lives at home. If you work 8 hours, if you work an 8 hour shift, guys, I want you to take this into consideration. All right, because if they're working on average an 8 hour shift and they're making right for DoorDash drivers, the average hourly rate may be around $16 to $18 an hour. Okay, so I mean, let's go. Let's look at it like this. Let's say you're making. We're gonna go at the. We're gonna say $16 an hour, right? So 16 an hour, right? They're making 16 an hour, and they work 8 hours. They work 8 hours. That's $128, right? A day. And over the course of 10 day of not 10 days, 5 days, that comes out to $640. And then $640 over the course of 52 weeks works out to $33,280. Okay? I mean, I want you guys to follow me. Just follow me. I want y'all to follow me right now. Because these people, I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what is going on in their heads, but I just want y'all to follow me on this because they're not for real. They're absolutely not for real. Now let's go ahead and do this because I want to pull up a calculator for you because I want you to see this. This guy lives at home. He's eating, and most of these people that are demanding this kind of money, they live at home and they don't pay rent and they're living off their parents. And their parents are helping them with food and with money as well. And it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and put something else on the screen for you guys. Bear with me. All right. I'm going to share another screen for you. I'm going to share a calculator for you. I want you guys to have a look at the calculator. We're going to take, all right, that number I gave you earlier, right? $33,280. That's annual pay. Okay. And the state income tax, we're going to go 4.5%. Okay. Do 4.5. Are you self-employed or independent contractor? Yes, because that's what they are. Single? Yes. Okay. And no other income. Pre-tax deductions? No. 401k, health insurance, HSA? Nope. So get rid of that. Okay. City income tax, we're not going to include that. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and do the math right now. $33,280. Okay. And let me see here. Please provide a positive pre-tax value withheld. 0. Okay. There we go. All right. So from $33,280, after federal taxes are taken out, Social Security, Medicare, state taxes, all right, they would be left with $25,189.98. Okay? This is a person who lives at home, doesn't pay rent. This guy lives at home, doesn't pay a dime in rent. Okay? So you guys can understand why I'm so upset. We're going to take that amount of money and we're going to go ahead and we're going to divide that by 12 months and we get $2,099. Okay? That is $2,099. He's 25 years old. So, what is he doing with that kind of money? $2,099. For someone who lives at home, that's complete disposable income. Well, He needs health insurance. He needs health insurance, right? Don't pick on the kid. He needs health insurance. Well, what's health insurance going to cost? Well, there's a bunch of different things he can do. For example, if he sets up an LLC, files as an S corporation, and and does it correctly, he could actually end up getting Medicaid. Okay, and all of his expenses, including gas, he can write all of that off. There's usually a surcharge now on that's charged for delivery, and that surcharge goes directly to the driver to pay them for the miles that they drive. So they're getting compensated for the miles. Okay, but regardless of that, let's talk about now how he's spending $2,099, right? So let's see here. Let's see here what we have. Because these guys want you to feel sorry for them. They want you to think that they're living in poverty. They want you to think that they are suffering when so many other people are out there, that have had to work really hard for everything they have, and these guys are out there doing this. So when you actually go online and you look up open enrollment, right? For let's say they don't get Medicaid, you look up open enrollment. What it actually says is that for someone 25 years old, they can qualify for a health insurance plan potentially as low as $100. Someone 25 years old making $25,000 a year, they can qualify for a health insurance plan for as low as $100 a month. $100 a month. On average, the average amount they'll pay for health insurance is around $200. Okay, 200. But they can qualify for as low as $100 a month. All right. The average 25-year-old pays around $200 a month for health insurance, but they can qualify as low as 20 as long as it's $100 a month. So, but it said let's go ahead and take that $200. So $200, that's going to end up working out to $2,400 a year. All right, and this guy is making after taxes $25,189. Right. So let's go ahead, take that $25,189, and let's subtract $2,400 from that. This guy still ends up having $22,789 left over. All right. We're looking at this as a whole. We're looking at this as a whole. He can practically pay off his entire health insurance cost in a month if he wanted to, more or less. So even after you deduct that, the 2,400, he still has $22,789. What is he paying for? He gets his meals from his parents. So anything else is eating. If he wants to eat out and buy junk food, that's entirely on him. All right. But that's not an expense that he has to necessarily worry about. He doesn't have to worry about food. So what else is he worrying about? Well, what about his cell phone bill? Well, if you want to go there, if you really want to do that, let's say he's on T-Mobile and he's spending $70 a month, and that's going to work out to $840 a year. Okay? So from that $22,789, let's subtract out $840. He's still left with 21,949. Okay? I'm sure you can see why I'm so upset. Okay? Because he's not paying rent. Not paying rent. So then he's still left with 21,949. All right? What else? Well, after his cell phone bill, what other bills does he have? He's not paying utilities. He's not paying for electricity. He's not paying for water. Not paying for heating. So he is not paying any utilities, guys. I hope you see where I'm going with this. All right. If he's living with his parents, he probably is not even paying for internet. Okay. He has internet from mom and dad. This is hard, guys. This is because everybody has internet these days. Okay. So he's using his parents' Wi-Fi. So he's not paying for internet. What is he paying for? This is $21,949. He has health insurance. He has his cell phone bill covered. He has his meals covered by his parents. What is he spending money on? What does he need all this money for? Okay? Even if he was to, and what he's going to do, he needs a gaming PC or I'm just, those are one-time cost. Those are one-time cost. You spend what? $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on a nice gaming PC setup. Those are one-time costs. So what else are you talking about, buddy? What else are you talking about? Gas? Come on. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. All right? It's absolutely infuriating. These people are taking advantage of the system. They're 100% taking advantage of the system. All right? These jobs were never meant to be done as full-time work. They were not. They were never meant to be done as full-time work. But these people who have no education, no skills, they're ready to go absolutely ballistic because they want their bag. And they will say and do anything to get it. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying this content, please subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, never miss another video again. And like the video because it tells YouTube you're enjoying the content, you want to see more of it, and they'll show you more of it. So they'll show you more of it. What do you guys think about this? Women are shocked men don't want to marry, date, or succeed anymore as passport bros leave. What do you think about Gen Z, Gen Zero, and the fact that they are, they're pretty much down for the count? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA and walking away. And cheers.